All right, let's see what we can get up to today. A little bit of snow on the ground today, a little cold. Okay, so we are going to cut off the fender aprons and the frame rails today. This is going to be a bit of a process because we're going to try to be careful not to damage the fender aprons too much. So we will be scraping off the seam sealer, drilling the spot welds, all that kind of stuff. But the frame rails are gone, so once we get those safely apart, then we can just hack off the front end. So that's what we're doing today. Stick around, hit like, don't forget to subscribe, and let's do this. Okay. Cut the little piece off the back of the floor supports so I can get this brace. This is the same brace I used on the rear when I did the rear frame rails. So we're going to reuse it and put it across the front from pinch weld to pinch weld. And then I can put the jack stands underneath so they don't, so they're out of the way, and we can start cutting away at the frame rails. Let's do this. Just going to put a tack, just a tack so they can be removed easily later, but they still stay in place, of course. Ooh. Okay, I'll get a block of wood. Alright, we've got a block of wood under here. Hopefully, or it should, not hopefully, get this up high enough. So both the stands will fit under here. That should be great. There. Amazing. That is huge. We are now ready and free to cut away. Alright, there it is up close. There's there's a patch right here. Interesting. But there's no weld in here, which is good news. Just a little bit on the top. Over on this side, the same thing. A couple tacks, and then a few tacks all the way down. Once again on the other side, just there's like a little bit more than tacks on this side. It's a little chewy, but we can cut through that. Nothing on the front, which is great. Just a little bit more on here. I'm basically through the other side. I'll be able to hammer and chisel those off, and then at the bottoms, the same thing on both sides. And they should then separate, I hope. What's next after that, you say? Wow! This side. I assume there's no seam sealer there, so you can tell there's no weld. I assume it's going to be the exact same thing. There's another ugly patch we'll have to fix. So, pitter patter, eh? All right, finally. Finally, Fender Aprons are off. I think this needs some desperate repair anyway, so I think I might just cut that off. Yeah, that's sure. I'll cut this off down here, and I'll fix it later. This and the inner of the front cross member are all supposed to be one piece, as is the rest of this that is missing right now. But I'll just cut it off for now, and I'll probably repair it, but I may replace it. So, but I'll hold on to it in the meantime. And as far as this, I'm undecided. The rails are going. Inner and outer rails are definitely going. They're going to be replaced with new. The tower, I mean, I'm thinking I may do the tower delete with the new frame rails. Not 100% sure, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut it off, and I'll hold on to it, or maybe I'll trim it down to the minimum. So I'll hold on to it just in case. But it's savable. So I'll hold on to it until I really decide, which will be either when I purchase and or install the frame rails. Okay. Yeah. That, just like that, folks. Yeah.